Listen up, anointed ones. It's not going to happen the way you think. You keep trying to plan and calculate and map out how exactly it's going to happen. How you get the love, the abundance, the stability, the healing, the justice, the recognition, the support, the happy ending. But, my darling, your plans are irrelevant. Hate to break it to you. How it's actually going to work out, it's going to be so much better. It's going to be more magical. It's going to be more illogical than you think. So relax. Let me introduce myself. My name's Sheba. I'm a transformation specialist, sovereignty coach, and ex-lawyer, and I empower women, leaders, and creators to recall their power, reclaim their power, unlock their true selves, and create the life of their dreams. And also I'm a seer, a sage, a siren, a sorceress. There's really not enough words in the English language to describe, oh my God, all that I bring. So yeah, your path and your story has always been different than everyone else's. And so, your path forward is going to be different. So all of the calculations that you do, like, that's not even going to matter. You're not factoring in divine intervention. You're not factoring in lots of things, but that's probably the most important one. You know that the how isn't up to you. Your job is to hold the vision, is to see the desire, the thing that you want. It's to see it and to know that it's coming, know that it's here. It's not to figure out exactly how. The how is not limited by your human logic, but you are. So all of your, calculations that you're making, it's just, babe, it's just going to be so much more magical. When it does happen, you're going to be like, oh my God, I never would have been able to foresee this. I never would have expected this. Like, it was so crazy. It was like a 1 in a million. Like, on this day, it was raining and these flights were canceled, and, you had a stomach ache, or, I don't know, the dishwasher stopped working, and all these things are things that are going to turn out to be the things that, like, bring your manifestations into this reality. It's not going to be because you figured it out. Sorry, babe. So if you're out here thinking that, like, and this is how it's been for you, and it's not because you're not good at creating reality. Throughout your life, go back and look. Whatever you've wanted, you've mapped out a plan before, and you did what you needed to do, and you achieved it. You got it. And then you got whatever you wanted, and you were like, oh, actually, you know what? There's more to it than this. I want something a little different. I want more of this and less of that. You're getting more refined in your desires. And so now you've spent so much of your life, trying, like, planning something out, having a dream, achieving it, and then being like, actually, you know what? There's more things that I want. That now you know that you don't have to know how it's going to happen. There's always more than what you had planned out. So now, for the first time, maybe you are, like, surrendering, releasing control of the need to know exactly how. You are just opening yourself up to receive it. Maybe you're putting your brilliant, mind to use, rather than just ruminating on the, like, oh, how, and you're nickeling and diming and kind of how are the different blah, blah, blah. Like, really expand your imagination, really explore your imagination. Your job is to see the vision. So really envision, get weird with it. Don't get too fixated on one specific path, one specific, vehicle or way to receive the wealth, the recognition, whatever it is that you're calling in. Don't get too fixated on the how exactly it's supposed to look in the way that you've been doing it. I know you've been like trying to like, how can I figure it out? You've been trying to force it. You've been trying to, use your will to make it happen. But yeah, we're being called to relax a little, babe, because it's just going to be so magical, so ridiculous, so illogical because it's like divine. You're going to feel silly if you waste too much time trying to plot it out, because what actually will happen is going to be just so much more like amazing and like, yeah, magical and illogical than your human mind can fathom. So if you want to have fun with it, yeah, put your brain to work imagining all the different ways that your manifestation can come in. Don't come in and be like, oh, well, that won't happen or that won't happen. You don't know. The how isn't up to you, babe. Divine intervention can make really anything happen. This thing that we're in is so magical in a way that, we're taught to not believe. We're taught to be afraid of magical thinking. And like we want to believe, we want to convince ourselves that if we can't figure it out with our logical mind, then it must be impossible. And the divine is just like, don't believe me, just watch. So let's pull a couple cards and see if Spirit's got a quick message for us before my phone runs out of battery. Spirit, angels, ancestors, I ask that you speak through me now with clarity to help me deliver the message with ease, perfection, and confidence. Woo! For the good of all and the harm of none, except the Israelis. All right, let's see. So, wow. So far, I've pulled out the Queen of Wands and the Eight of Wands. Ooh, okay. So, the Queen of Wands is about confidence, independence. You might be an entrepreneur. Maybe you're just like me, an entrepreneur, but also like just a powerful, confident woman. Or, you don't have to be a woman, but you could be in touch with your feminine side, your receiving side. Social butterfly, you're very creative, self-assured. I know you're so passionate, you're so determined, you're so charismatic, vivacious, and you're optimistic. And that's what's going to get you through this period. You're so good at like just through the force of your will, you don't have to wait on other people. You figure out a way to get it done. And so now you're maybe in this period where you're like, oh, what's it going to be? What's it going to be? And you keep trying to like make it happen, force it into existence. But it's not going to happen the way you think. Okay. It is going to be even more, we know you're an independent woman, you're an independent person, you can do it yourself. But yeah, in this season, things are just coming to you because you not forcing it and going after it has made you very attractive and magnetic. And now everything is coming to you. Oof. You've tried going out and getting it and you've done that. And now you're trying sitting back and letting it come to you. And it is coming very fast. You're getting communication on whatever it is you've been like waiting for. And it's coming in very fast. There's going to be a rapid change, an immediate action, and movement like you're not able to plan for. So I know whatever your calculations are, whatever you're mapping out, it's maybe a little slower and steadier than how it's actually going to happen. The universe isn't limited by like human capacity or understandings of time. It really can just come in at any times. Wow. Well, this is really powerful. Okay, so Knight of Wands is the last card. So, all wands, Queen of Wands, Eight of Wands, and Knight of Wands. And so Knight of Wands is very courageous and energetic, charming, passionate, adventurous, a free spirit, the hero. Maybe you can be a little impulsive, a little hot-tempered. This is a very fiery reading. I'm pretty sure we're in Leo season. You might be a Leo. I have a Leo rising myself. And so yeah, I get it, babe. I have a lot of passion. I have a lot of energy. And sometimes, like, after I've reached a milestone or I've achieved a lot, I've gotten a lot of stuff, I'm kind of like, where I feel comfortable is like in the doing, in the action, in the creation. And like everything is in a cycle though. So sometimes when it's in these periods of like, it's not about me like diving in and going after, it's about me like, sitting still and letting things come to me. Sitting in my power and letting things come to me. Because it's not going to happen the way you think. So really, you can just sit back, relax, focus on why everything is, headed in your direction. It's working for you. Everything is, the whole world, the universe is rearranging to bring in your manifestations fast, quick. They're trying to surprise you. They're trying to excite you, and I understand also you trust in the universe so much. Your stuff is coming. It's incoming. And so it feels a little delayed because you're just so like, come on, I'm ready. I'm ready. But sit back, relax, enjoy the unfolding. If you must, put your mind to work on ruminating, think about all the ways that it could come in. And then focus on creating. What do you want to create? More art, more beauty, more ease, more fulfillment, more satisfaction, more pleasure. And do that while you're waiting, because like when you get caught up in in doing what you want, in doing what you're inspired to do, in doing what moves you, that's when your stuff comes in very quickly, very fast. And it's because you are sitting confidently and it makes you so freaking magnetic and it just comes to you. Okay, I've delivered the message. So let me know what you think, okay? Like, comment, subscribe. If you want a personal reading or you want to go all in with me, head on over to my website, seelikesheba.com. Link is in my bio. And then go back and watch more of these episodes. They work as standalones, but there's also a common cosmic thread that unites them all. And you will see how I became the woman who went from easily receiving $5,000 every month to effortlessly receiving $100,000 every single month. Oh my gosh, because I just ground and sit comfortably, confidently in who I am. I'm very self-assured. I know, I'm really awesome and that I can go and get it. But in this season, it's not going to happen the way you think. It's going to come to me. It's going to come to you when you sit still and you trust, when you don't get too fixated on how it should come in, on making it happen, on you doing the doing. Like, let it come to you and it'll come in fast. And yeah, so while you're waiting, get creative with it, baby. Yeah, I know you're getting like hot and bothered. You're excited, but channel that energy while you're waiting for it to come to you, the manifestation to come to you, come fall right into your lap. Use this restless energy you have to create, to please yourself, to enjoy yourself. What excites you? What are you passionate about? What, have you in different seasons? Maybe you were being a little bit more disciplined in things. Now, like, free yourself a little bit. What are you excited about? Rebel against how you used to do it. And yeah, it's not going to happen the way you think, babe. It's going to be way more magical, way more awesome. And I love that for you. Ah! All right. I love you, Earth Angels. I see you. And I'll talk to you tomorrow.